Welcome, Aries. Welcome to Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. This is a Tree of Life spread, and this is for March 2022 reading. If you haven't seen the spread before, it is a Tree of Life spread. It actually has like what's up on the heavens and in the Tree of Life. You'll see it reflect on the bottom as it does on Earth. So they kind of coincide with each other, and you can see how they go together that way. On the first card here, this is usually in this position, tells us what the issue is. The issue here, what this means, it's usually, because it is the Nine of Pentacles, but it's in reverse, is showing me that it's possibly a feeling of panic that you might be feeling, or discomfort because of some disharmony in the home or financial stresses, or maybe even a possible something to do with a theft of stealing of something. So it's basically like a panic so it's not upright, it's kind of upside down. So showing kind of discomfort, kind of some kind of disharmony in the home. In the number 2 position here, we have Judgment. It's Major Arcana card, as you know. And for this one, because of the position it's in the Tree of Life, it does indicate that there's some kind of atonement or rebirth happening, that it's time to leave something behind, leave it in the past, just leave it behind, making amends, and just moving forward. Something to do with maybe a new decision or a new start. So it's something to consider, and that you're making a new start and leaving something behind. And that could be possibly related, of course, to this feeling of panic that you have here, or this feeling of discomfort or disharmony. And you kind of have to make that tough decision, and maybe either making amends, kind of like just moving forward and leaving it behind, and just kind of come to the understanding that something that is not meant for you in your life, possibly, but that's something that you'll have to kind of consider on your own. Six of Pentacles here in the third position is giving and receiving, usually a card of giving and receiving with the Pentacles, very earthy sign, it could relate to financially, like to advice or emotional support. That's also could mean something like having a mentor, or being a mentee, kind of learning from someone. So it seems like you want to create like a new start, to leave this harmony behind, and then also create a sense of giving and receiving, like a mutual respect and mutual emotional support that you're looking for. It seems to be only one-sided, whether it's giving or receiving, and you want to make sure it's kind of giving and receiving, doing both. And again, it could be dealing with financial advice, or financially, or just advice in general, or emotional support. But it definitely does show a giving and receiving, and more of a balance in that card right there. And then in the fourth position here, shows us what the energy that you're using to build, to kind of keep moving forward. It's a Major Arcana card. It's a Wheel of Fortune. And as you know, the Wheel of Fortune deals with destiny, spiritual growth, fate, opportunities that might be coming up. Sometimes it also represents a cycle. Obviously, there's a circle, like karma even, or a change in direction or movement. So all your hard work that you've done up to now is kind of moving you forward and giving you the energy to build on what you're doing, so that you can move forward. And usually, if you have just the right timing, of course, it's going to be a very positive card, and bring more positivity and maybe success into what you're trying to do. In the fifth position here, we have the Nine of Wands, but because it is in the fifth position, it's treated as a card that is letting me know that it's something that you're going to be needing to work on. Usually this card indicates, the person's kind of just watching, ready to move, just kind of making sure they're thinking about their next move. But because it is upside down, it does represent somebody that maybe has an impatient attitude, or just kind of like taking the approach where they're taking too many precautions, like overly cautious, so much so that it's like they're not letting that creativity and progress come through. They're kind of blocking it because it's almost like analysis paralysis. They're just overthinking everything. So, and they're getting impatient about it, but at the same time, they're just overthinking. So they're kind of frozen in that situation, not to know if they have to, what they need to do. But because it is a fire sign card, it does deal, of course, with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So you kind of want to see that person that you might have this issue with, as far as like not knowing whether to go ahead or stay where you are, or just being overly cautious with it. It's not only blocking your further growth, it's also blocking your creativity and progress altogether. And right here in the sixth position, which is a synergy for all the card, bringing all the energies together for the whole spread. Again, it talks about feeling restricted, feeling tied down, maybe like helpless or vulnerable even. So as you can see, she's truly the one imprisoning herself, because she can just take the blindfold off, see what her situation truly is, not be in denial, and then just kind of be, or a form of denial, and then just kind of take off her ribbons here and just kind of go right through in between the swords and just leave and go back and go into more positive horizons where the light's coming from. So she's kind of just tied herself in here with that feeling of restriction and maybe helplessness, not knowing where to go, or kind of thinking about it too much and just kind of having that analysis paralysis where you just don't go forward. So it's just cautioning you, letting you know, the card's letting you know it's just you imprisoning yourself. It's you making yourself blocked. So gotta look at everything a little bit more realistically. And then right here in the seventh position, the position of victory in the tree of life, this means you reach a goal, or you can manifest some dreams that you've been wanting. It's important to be realistic again. It mentions to be realistic and be grounded. And it also tells you with this card that you possibly want to trust somebody that's reliable, reliable people that are around you. Again, keyword is reliable. So just kind of maybe you can entrust them with, and they can help you kind of see what your situation is and how maybe the different options you have in fixing it. But it is important to make sure you stay realistic and not be in that denial mode that appears to be here. And then right here in the eighth position, it reveals what you really want. The Ace of Cups, it's of course water sign. It deals with a lot of emotion. As you can tell, the phases of the moon right here kind of indicate that as well. Right here, you could also reflect a new love, or reflections of what you're in the middle of. So the water reflects as well. It's reflecting the emotions. It could be also a renewal, an expressing of your feelings, or empathizing with others as well. Sometimes it also refers to fine-tuning your intuition. Okay, so it could be a new love, a new spiritual phase for you, or emotional growth for you. And it can also refer, if it's regarding a relationship with someone, it could refer to a new partner, or even mending of a relationship and fixing it, whether it be with a partner, with a friend, whatever that situation is. But it seems to be reflecting either towards either your new growth, or that letting this go right here with the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that's causing so much of a instability in your life, where you're not moving forward. Right here, this is considered like the trunk of the tree. In the ninth position is the foundation, and this is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, this is usually in this position here for the foundation. It kind of tells me how you see yourself, or how others see you. Very highly creative, very inspiring, very bold, charismatic. King of Wands. Wands, obviously Aries, fire sign, with a Leo as well. Sagittarius could go in there, but it's definitely a fire sign. It's the Wands again, like you have them over here, and it does reflect, that does show that it's a true leader, energetic, has great vision and enthusiasm as a foundation. So either you see yourself as this, or others, and others see you as that as well. And the only thing is that if it is relating to love, sometimes you might be there for a while, but once you kind of get it, you kind of lose interest and maybe move on. So it's kind of fickle. That's the only drawback in this card that usually reflects the King of Wands. It may or may not apply to you, but if it is regarding being fickle, regarding a decision, then that's definitely something that's talking about here with a realist, being realistic and being kind of seeing things for the situation for what they are. And then right here in the last position, the 10th position, is usually the outcome card, or what you're radiating out. And this card is a Three of Wands. Again, very fitting with the Wands being the fire sign, the suit for the fire sign. So it's a card of exploration, adventure, kind of like endless possibilities and foresight. So she's looking into this crystal ball, kind of seeing, okay, what's going to happen now in my path? Because, she's accompanied by the lion, another fire sign with the Leo here. And she's looking to see, okay, so what's going to happen now? It can indicate a leadership or a business partnership, some kind of new opportunity possibly. But she basically is waiting here to see what rewards come after investing her time and her hard work and her passion and what she's been doing. She kind of wants to see, okay, what kind of rewards are coming. From me investing all this energy. And that's what she's looking into the road, but also looking into the crystal ball, kind of seeing what it's radiating out. So with the tree of this particular spread for the tree of life, there is the pillar of harmony right down the middle, and it also reflects kind of how to fix a situation, which has already been telling you to make sure you kind of make amends, move forward, have that tough decision, letting it go, continuing over here, to giving and receiving, making it more of a balanced relationship, going forward, but thinking about things, but not too much to where you don't make a decision, looking at things the way they should be. Again, the victory card where you can reach those goals, but you maybe have to make sure you are realistic and also rely on trustworthy people and reliable people. And then of course, you want that new love or new spiritual growth, or maybe emotional growth, or growing with a new partner, or possibly just making amends with an old relationship as well. So that's kind of something that you're kind of thinking about, but don't overthink it too much, too long. And then of course you have your foundation and your outcome card. So basically here, the Three of Wands is reminding you that yes, you have a lot of, there's a sense of adventure out there, there's possibilities, there's opportunities, and you've made that work for you, or you're making that work for you. However, you're just kind of waiting a little bit to see what your investment in investing in all that time is bringing you. You have that high creativity, you're inspiring, you're a leader, you're a true leader. And then of course right here, as you go up, because you're a true leader, you want to like take off the blindfold, kind of look at the situation for the way it is. And then once you do that, this will be able to go in back and reverse it back upright to the Nine of Pentacles, which usually means a self-sufficient person, very refined, and very comfortable in her surroundings. So very stable financially, very stable in many ways. There's perfect harmony. So that's what the spread is recommending you do in order to make this go back upright and making you comfortable in your surroundings and self-sufficient again. I hope you find the spread with this reading helpful. I hope you find it positive, and I wish you a very great rest of the month. Thank you again for joining me. If you do like this tarot reading with the spread of the Tree of Life, please do like my video so that I know that you are interested in me making more videos. If you like it, you can also subscribe, and then a new video will come up with when we post it next month for your birthday. So it'll be very, very exciting times coming. Hopefully a lot of healing with the world, a lot of positivity. Wishing you a very good night, and wishing you lots of peace. Sending you lots of light and love. Thank you.